Welcome everyone. Adam the Woo here as the recording of this Wednesday, October 27th, 2021, and I say that with a little hesitancy because of the last 3 days I have not picked up a camera, I have not edited, I have not uploaded, I have not filmed. And it feels good. It feels a little unusual, it feels a little wacky and weird because that is out of the norm for me. Oh yeah, it feels good to have taken a little bit of break, and I'm going to take a little bit longer of a break. I am not going to go long stretches without uploading, but the rest of this year I will not be on a cadence of constant everyday rhythm. Just other things are more important to me at the moment, as far as kind of looking around and enjoying life a little bit again. Also, a piping hot caffeinated beverage has been procured. This is a warm vanilla latte that I got from the little coffee shop here over on the corner. And you will also notice I'm inviting you to join me on this little walk and talk. We haven't had one in a while. I did mention how I was going to be stepping back from Disney vlogs, Disney videos, Disney content. And I went, by the way, join me, shall you? As I walk down and not feed any squirrels here in Celebration, because that's what the sign states. I'm gonna follow the ordinances. There's a gentleman back over there fishing. This is a very nice area to walk around. Last night I went to one of the Walt Disney World theme parks. Did not bring a camera, did not take any pictures, did not do any videos. I have stopped posting on social media, Facebook and Instagram. That was back in June on this very grounds where I walked around and stated that I was going to be also stepping back from that, and it was a wonderful decision. And the reason I'm doing this is because I could simply probably post something similar to this, my thoughts, on either of those social media platforms. But since I don't use them, and this is my only real outlet to the outside world, other than close friends and family, acquaintances, then I figured this is probably the best option, to just make a video. And it's kind of how I make a living. Cheers. Really been thinking since I kind of announced that I wasn't going to be doing Disney videos anymore, or at least taking a considerable step back, that I should apply that to other things in my life. And that's what this is about. Also, you're probably thinking, why are you wearing that headgear? Why are you wearing an Atlanta Braves cap? Last night was game 1 of the World Series. The Braves won against the Houston Astros, a best-of-7 series. And I will state now, until the start of next year, when I will get back on board heavily for the Tampa Bay former Devil Rays, I will be rooting for the Atlanta Braves through the rest of the season to defeat the Houston Astros, a former team that I used to work for. Isn't that right, Squirrel? Back in the late 90s. Well, mid 90s, I used to go to a lot of spring training games. Met Craig Biggio, Jeff Bagwell. My dad and I would go to some games. He used to really be into baseball. He's not into baseball as much as he used to be, but he still follows it occasionally. Kind of like I did. You know, you get into it, you kind of fall out of it. You get into it, you fall out of it. This last year, I have really gotten back into baseball. Big time. Probably a little overboard. A lot of disappointment when Tampa Bay lost in the division series against the Red Sox. I thought they had it. I invested a lot of time driving to St. Pete, Tropicana Field. I also follow the Anaheim Angels, Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. I would say my favorite team by far is Tampa Bay Rays. Close second, Anaheim Angels, because you know the stadium's only about a mile or two of where I live out there. But there's a few other teams, like the one I'm wearing, that I have a lot of history in my life with, and have a soft spot and a special place in my heart. That's why I'm wearing the Braves cap through the rest of the season, till spring training starts, and then back on board with the Rays and Angels. There's also some rumors and talks that maybe in the next few years the Rays might leave or temporarily leave Florida. There's even some talks about Montreal splitting the season up half and half, which I hope does not happen, because I'd really like to really get on board even more with supporting the team and going to games. It's a little bit of a hike from here. You know, it's probably about 80, 90 miles. You know, with traffic, it can take a couple hours, 2 or 3 hours if traffic's bad, hour and a half if traffic's good. But I hope they stay out there. Really like to go to more. And then obviously the Angels when I'm out in California. I have no immediate plans at the moment to go back to California. I kind of want to mention that a little bit too. Had a few things, you know, in the last few months. At my age, I'm 47 years old. My parents are getting older. And you start to realize certain things that, you know, not that they were never not important, but they become more important the older you get. And you see your parents getting older, want to spend more time with them. And that's kind of what I've been doing. Thinking about that a lot. And I don't know if now's the right time to head out to the West Coast at this moment. And there's a good possibility that I might not see California until, you know, late, till after Christmas, till after the holidays. Just something inside me says I should just stay out here, at least on the East Coast, or at least in this general vicinity for a while. That's kind of the extent of it. Still have my place out there. Everything's fine. But there's really no rush to get back out there, obviously. My immediate family is here. So this is kind of where I'm staying for now. Till the end, till after the holidays. Then I'm gonna step things up a little bit on the travel aspect. And I'll mention that now. Not yet. I didn't mean to tease that too much. Going back to the Braves. They used to spring train over here at Wide World of Sports on Disney property for years. And I went to quite a few games there in their tenure when they spring trained here. Spring training teams move around a lot. So I did see the Braves a lot there. Also, my uncle, who has lived in Atlanta most of his life, at least since I've been on the planet, in the vicinity of Atlanta and the suburbs of Atlanta. Big Braves guy. Always supported the team. Always been one he rooted for. When I was a youth, when I was a wee lad, he took me to one of my first baseball games I ever went to. Maybe not the first, but within the first 2 or 3 professional baseball games, he took me to a Braves game, and I still fondly remember that day very well, walking in the stadium. It's amazing how your mind, even at a young age, can comprehend something and then retain it into your adult life. And then when you put a cap on, when you watch a team, watch the World Series game last night, as they conquested Game 1 against the Houston Astros. It is strange I'm rooting for the Braves considerably heavily over the Astros, even though I guess I got a paycheck from the Houston Astros for a little while back in the day. But the Astros, times have changed since that time frame. But I have more of a heartfelt family connection to the Braves. Obviously support the Rays because they are the local team here. And the thing I like about the Tampa Bay Rays is they don't have a huge payroll, a lot of rookies, have a lot of heart and soul, and I love that, as opposed to some of the bigger money teams. Now, there was a time when I really followed the Yankees. I would say probably 2006 to 2009. I was really into watching, maybe 2010, you know, back in the A-Rod, Jeter days. Yeah, really got in. I really like Jeter a lot. So I've had quite a few teams that I followed. Nonetheless, so there is a tie-in to the Braves with my uncle taking me to the game. My dad, he went to Atlanta Christian College, which is now a defunct, I think the school might exist, but they've changed names and moved campuses. The campus he went to, when him and I did our road trip together last year, we went by that campus and saw, I need to switch hands. There we go. We went by that campus, which the buildings that I have photographs of my mom and dad, when they first met and they first started dating before they got married. Photographs of that campus, we went back to there. And he's always told the story. When he was in college, or around that same time, he got to see Hank Aaron. He would go to games and see Hank Aaron hit home runs, whether in the games or batting practice, over the wall. He'd sit out in the outfield. Holy cow. So my dad liked the Braves, and my mom, who has a very large family, a lot of brothers and sisters. All of my uncles on my mom's side, maybe my aunts too, always would wear, well, the uncles would wear Braves caps. So I always have like the Braves kind of in my heart. So I'm rooting for the Braves. Go Braves. One thing I will say about the Rays though, Tampa Bay, kind of do wish they were in Tampa proper, just because it'd be closer than driving all the way to St. Pete. I mean, Orlando would be even more better. I don't think that's even better. I don't think more better is the appropriate word, but it'd be nice not to drive so far. Because I really like that team a lot. And that right bird. But what it boils down to is I always just always loved the game. Even when I would sleep in my van, travel in my van, live in my van, back when I started this channel. For those that go back that far, there's this bird right here. The bird doesn't remember the van days. Oh, taking off? Flying off? Also, I have thought about doing the van thing again. Probably never will do the van. Probably just, you know, keep a small car and travel and stay in hotel rooms, but I am really missing the road. And after what I said about the holidays, you know, family stuff and Christmas and all that, I think into 22, the road trips are going to be the main focus above everything else. Theme park stuff's kind of going by the wayside. Movie locations will still happen occasionally, but I really want to focus on small towns and travel, cross-country adventures. Now, I know some will hold me to that within the next, you know, month or two, saying, oh, you stated you were going to be doing that, but please keep in mind, nothing is really going to start moving in a forward direction in that aspect until after the holidays into 22. But I assure you, that is what is in my head and on my mind and what I want to do. I really miss being on the road a lot. I'm just stating that out loud. And I've had a reshift on focus of what I want to do here on this channel. It was back in, it's been 4 years ago now. It was late September of 2017 that I quit the daily vlogs. 4 years ago, I stopped doing daily vlogs. Also, keep this in mind. And after I made that statement, I did a couple of big filming locations across the country. And then after, you know, after a short while, I went back into doing 1 or 2 videos a week here on this channel, and then slowly crept back into doing daily again. You know, I'd take like maybe a day off a month or so. But yeah, I've really been thinking, I'm not going to go cold turkey again. Here, that's not a turkey in there. I think that might be a sandhill crane, but I'm not going to go full on stopping of the videos in any way. I'm thinking more of taking some days off. You know, this is after the holidays. Keep in mind, everything is going to be kind of like this, random, till after the holidays. But after the holidays are over and I start hitting the road again, I want to do like a kind of a more series approach to this channel instead of every single day, 30 days, 31 days, a month. Maybe do like 3 weeks on and a week off. If I go cross country, you know, I could do 20 days on the road, cover 20 small towns that have never been touched by video form. Just off the beaten path, off road, small towns. Cover that. What are these bubbles? Is that the Loch Ness? Is that the Celebration Loch Ness? And then once I finish a 2-week road trip, just kind of disappear for a week and enjoy life. I need to enjoy life. And I've learned that as I've gotten older, especially, you know, just in this last month or so with missing a day or two of videos. It's nice. And I think I put my time in. I put my time in by not missing days. I don't have to do that anymore. Now I can acknowledge some of the things that I've stated I have mentioned before in the past. Some of this might be a reiteration, but this, as stated, is an update, and it's something that I just wanted to kind of clear the air, put everything out there, why I have not uploaded in a few days. Just kind of taking a breather. It's been 11 years since I've been doing this here on this channel. 11 years. I think 11 years. More than 11 years. I've lost track. And in that time, accumulating almost 4,000 videos, between 3 and 4.5 thousand videos, I can afford not to have the stress, the not only stress, but the daily grind. And it's not even the daily grind that bothers me. I kind of get excited about that, and that's what drives me when I do 2 or 3 weeks straight and really focus, focus and do the videos for that amount of time. But when there never is a break, when there never is a couple days off in there, that's what really kind of messes with your head. So that's kind of what I'm saying. A long-winded explanation of kind of that. I don't need to, constantly putting videos up just because I have such a big backlog. I've stated all this before, but that's why I've taken a few days off and just wanted to, hello. I definitely just wanted to restate finding what's important. Went to the parks last night, Disney parks last night, did not film. It was awesome. Doing it again tonight. After I film and upload this, I'll be at one of the Disney parks tonight, Walt Disney World parks tonight. No camera in hand. I'll be just enjoying the evening. Freaking awesome. Like, you think it would not be that big of a deal. But muscle memory sometimes kicks in. And the grind, just the constant need to be posting and getting that interaction doesn't have to exist. It's very peaceful out here, right? Final rehash. Might not see a video tomorrow, might not see a video for a couple more days, or maybe there will be. Rest of the year through 2021, all bets are off. If I upload, I do. If I don't, I don't. If there's something I want to cover, I will cover. If I want to take a day off, spend with friends, spend with family, enjoy what is important, celebrate the holidays, Thanksgiving coming up, Christmas season coming up, Halloween. Well, Halloween is more or less here in a couple of days. I'm going to do that. This is not the most important thing in my life at the moment. It's still very important and it still drives me, but it doesn't need to be the number one anymore. It needs to be tied with number one, or maybe a close number two. I am very driven, I am very dedicated to this platform since I started, and I still will continue to be, but sometimes you just have to just understand that mental state is sometimes taking a day off is good. And that being said, the way my mind works, very possibly into 22, I could go pretty hard. I could go, 3 months without a day off. I could just go back on the road full time. And I've leaned towards that. But for now, till the end of the year, just enjoying all this. As everyone should. Gotta enjoy life. Celebrate what's important. This is a celebration. I didn't mean to do that. All right, so that's it. Into 22 will be a lot of road trips, a lot of back roads, very few theme parks, and if they are theme parks, they will be smaller ones, independent ones, less Disney filming, if any Disney at all, probably little to no filming of the Disney parks. I just want to film my travels, road trips, and adventures as it should be, as why this channel was started. There's a turtle right out there in the water, peeking its head up. Have to look very closely, but the head is peeking up out of the water there. Take a look at the turtle with the head out of the water, right in the middle. After you verbally state something, sometimes it really makes sense. I like the idea of into next year doing you know, 3 weeks on, a week off, or 2.5 weeks on, a week and a half off. Build up some anticipation. Build up some excitement with those that are watching, wondering, what's Adam going to be up to next? Yeah, squirrel, that might be a good idea. And before this channel, you know, comes to a close, there is an end date, an end goal in mind. It's not for a while. It'll be, you know, 2 or 3 years from now, is what I'm thinking. But before that happens, you know, we'll move on to other things. And I feel like when I finally stop this 100%, nowhere off. I mean, next year, I could go every day next year for the full year for 22. Or maybe I'll do 300 videos, or maybe I'll just do 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, as I stated. But there is an end date in my mind that I'm kind of thinking, an end goal, 2 or 3 years away. Maybe longer, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. 3 years from now, give or take. But before that happens, I will end up doing stuff that I have never done before, and I will end up going out in a memorable series. I will have stuff that I'm going to do that has never really been done by myself or others. At least I don't think has been. There were a lot of travel plans when, you know, before everything kind of shut down. I had a lot of travel plans. Thought I could get them done this year. 2020 couldn't get them done. 2021 did not make sense. Those will be happening in 22. A road trip of epic proportions will be wedged in, most likely in the late spring, maybe even during the summer. It has to be done when I am able to not be blizzard in anywhere or drive on safe, uniced roads. So it'd probably be into early summer. But I have a road trip that it's been in the works for a couple of years, and it will be something that I feel will be looked back upon by myself as something worth doing, and something that will be memorable, not only for me, but for maybe viewers and for ages to come. Also, it's been 10 months since I moved here to Celebration, and I'm gonna re-sign for another year. I'm not going anywhere, and I'll probably be around here for years to come. I love this area. Close to my family, as stated, that is very important to me, especially as I get older. That was really the whole reason I even kind of started filming this video. I went off on a lot of tangents, but the real reason is just got to know what's important, especially as you get older and your parents are getting older. You always think that everyone's going to stay young forever and not have any health problems. Life is unusual. I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is over.